Hello everyone, Brian Ivey, forecaster for NewWeather.com here, live at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport at the National Weather Service site. Behind me is the dual polarization radar. It's the new install that came in this October. We'll get into much more detail on what it means and what it does, but basically this whole video is about how the National Weather Service helps the public stay informed for severe weather, or really any kind of weather in general. How they educate storm spotters is one of our segments that we're going to be having in this video. We took our cameras down to a Skywarn meeting in downtown Akron this past week, and we'll talk a little bit about what knowledge is conveyed to the future storm spotters and how the general public can really help out the National Weather Service. We'll of course also go into some details about what this big old beach volleyball, golf ball, soccer ball looking thing is and what it does. And also we'll talk about the differences between a watch and a warning, and a little bit on safety tips the National Weather Service really wants you to understand.
What is a weather-ready nation? It's a nation in which society is prepared for and responds to weather-dependent events. And it's the vision of the National Weather Service.
It's also the vision of NeoWeather. We can provide up-to-the-minute coverage via the NeoWeather 3D Max Doppler Radar network. It is very powerful. It can detect things inside of a storm that we can see first and foremost and alert you before they really ever affect you, such as a hail core developing from 5, 10, even 20,000 feet aloft in the atmosphere. We can see that before any hail touches the ground. We can also pinpoint heavy rain and also possible rotation that could lead to a potential tornado. Now we can deliver all this information to you during severe weather via our live stream coverage that of course you can watch on the live stream website, or through our website. We have a couple embedded video programs on NewWeather.com, as well as Facebook, our fan page, and on Twitter. So we can keep you weather aware with the most accurate and precise information possible. Gary Garnett, the warning coordination meteorologist for the National Weather Service here in Cleveland, conducted a Skywarn meeting down at the Red Cross in Akron a couple weeks ago. Now here is a little bit of what he had to say regarding how the National Weather Service is really the focal point to be able to receive severe weather information such as storm reports and quickly disseminate that information out to everyone else.
Bringing the information directly to us greatly helps us because one, we're tasked with the warning decision, and two, I can then get that information back out to just about anybody with a touch of a button. So when we get your report, basically what happens is it goes to a whole host of people real fast. The Emergency Operations Center in your county, the warning point, we use it for our warnings, our statements, we put it in a local storm report. It goes to the Storm Prediction Center. All your television markets get it, down from your stations in Cleveland.
The National Weather Service takes a three-tiered approach to severe weather notification. Ready, set, and go. Outlooks are issued first, then watches, then warnings. Now an outlook is issued anywhere from about 1 to 8 days before a possible potential severe weather event. That basically means some ingredients are coming together and there could be severe weather for a certain area. Normally the outlook is for a pretty decent sized area on a certain day. Now what is a watch, you may ask?
Severe weather is not a certainty. Not everybody's going to get hit with something bad inside the watch area. Just means conditions are right and there's a good possibility you may get hit. So once again, have a heightened awareness. Think about what you're going to do.
Again, to recap, a watch is an area that's favorable for thunderstorm development or tornado development or flash flooding. Now a warning means that conditions are imminent, so a tornado has either been spotted on the ground or its Doppler radar indicated. Severe thunderstorm is there, it's present, it's producing 58-mile-per-hour winds or greater and or 1-inch diameter hail, or there's also flooding taking place. Many people prepare for the potential of them winning the lottery by buying a lottery ticket. But the chances of them actually winning the Mega Millions drawing this Friday is only 1 in 175 million. The chances of being struck by lightning, 1 in 280,000. Killed by lightning, 1 in 6 million. Killed by a tornado, 1 in 4 million. So you guys can see that the chances of being injured or killed by severe weather are much greater than winning the lottery. But yet so many people buy the lottery ticket versus taking precautions to keep themselves safe from severe weather. That was a pretty menacing tornado right there. So if you are a weather enthusiast and are storm spotting and see one of those, we want you to be safe by remembering ACEs: awareness, communication, escape routes, and safety zones.
Aware of the storm and of the environment. Multiple lines of communication, whether it be cell phones, radios, whatever. Always be thinking about escape routes. How do I get away from this storm if I need to? And where are the closest safe areas should things really get bad on me that I can go? So ACEs. Personal safety is the primary objective. Always adhere to ACEs. Obey federal, state, and local laws.
Icons right at the front, aren't they?
Oh, I hope so. Oh, here's, look at that, look at that.
Never underestimate flooding. It should not be overlooked compared to other types of severe weather, and here's why.
Feet of moving water can carry away your vehicle. 6 inches can knock you off your feet. Most people underestimate the power and depth of water. They make bad decisions, like you see here. And the one who really, you just gotta wonder what people are thinking is when you see stuff like that.
If you want to report any storms that you see in your area to the National Weather Service, you can report it to that number right there, and it'll help us out as well as being one of the media partners of the National Weather Service, so we can get that information out to all of our viewers, and the Storm Prediction Center can log that data as an official storm record. If you like measuring precipitation and want to help the National Weather Service out daily, then you can become a member of COCORAS.
And basically the only thing you need is about a 4-inch diameter rain gauge, like you see here on your right.
You can join COCORAS by signing up on the internet. In late 2011, a great upgrade occurred at the National Weather Service in Cleveland known as dual polarization radar. Radar works by beams of energy being sent out from the radar dish and bouncing off of objects such as raindrops or hail pellets, or maybe even birds flying throughout the atmosphere. Now that data is transmitted back into the radar where mathematical algorithms are applied, and the radar tries to decipher what kind of precipitation or lack thereof is falling. Now maybe a plain old Joe, just some guy that's going to go out for a golf game, maybe looking at that radar or trying to see if it's going to rain in the next 20 minutes, or a meteorologist or weather enthusiast trying to see if the next town over is going to be getting a big old thunderstorm, or maybe even a National Weather Service meteorologist trying to decipher if a severe thunderstorm warning needs to be put out for the county to the left or right of the storm. Now, this dual polarization technology makes all of those processes easier, from the public to the National Weather Service warning officials. Here's a little bit of how it's done. The dual pol technology scans the atmosphere in a horizontal way and a vertical way at different levels of the atmosphere, really giving a better three-dimensional picture of what's going on in order to decipher what precipitation's falling, how heavy that precipitation is, and exactly what areas are in danger because of it. Now here's a pretty startling statistic. Possibly, potentially, $690 million could be saved annually due to the better forecasting techniques used with this radar upgrade. That is just an amazing amount of money. Now, one of the biggest benefits of the dual pol upgrade is to be able to differentiate between different types of precipitation or lack thereof inside of the cloud. Now we can see right here that the dual pol technology lists the types of precipitation that are present. Right there you can see from ground clutter to ice crystals. In the wintertime it can tell the difference between wet and dry snow. Also it can tell the difference between a light rain, a heavy rain, big drops inside of the rain, grapple, which is an ice, hail, snow mixture, and also hail within the storm. As you can see right now, This is the difference from the left, the old technology, and on the right, the new technology, that dual pole radar. On the left, it looks a little bit like there could be heavy rain and a lot of hail mixed in throughout a decent amount of the storm. But on the right, you can see the new dual pole technology can pinpoint exactly where the hail is falling. I really hope you enjoyed this video presentation. I'm forecaster Brian Ivey. Have yourself a great day.